Good evening everyone. Welcome to our Saturday Night Live Joyful Gathering Spiritual Center. It's coming at you right now with our inspirational talk and our affirmative prayer. My name is Reverend Margaret Palagye, and I am the founding minister of Joyful Gathering Spiritual Center, which is located, usually in person, in Westmont, New Jersey. Right now we're in Mount Laurel. I'm so happy that you chose to join us this evening as we hold our service here on Facebook Live and on YouTube. We're on YouTube also, so that's really awesome. I'd like you to check our website, joyfulgathering.org, because we have other events during the week, especially our meditation and prayer evening that's on Wednesday evening at 7. All this information, the links, everything are on the front page of our website, joyfulgathering.org. And while you're there, we would really appreciate it if you could support our spiritual mission, our ministry, by making a donation. Thank you very much. Let me just tell you really quick, we got 2 classes and a fabulous workshop coming up. First class is a Return to Love. Myself and Reverend Rita Biancasino will be teaching that. That begins June 30th. You can, again, go to the website, all the information's right there. We also have a brand new class called Mastering Life Through Visioning with one of our practitioners, Dana Smith. And that starts in July and runs through August. The dates will be on the website. Brand new class, 6 weeks long. And then we have 2 sessions on July 11th with the fabulous Martha Creek. You can go to marthacreek.com or our website for all that information. That is going to be amazing. It's from 11 till 4, but it's 2 sessions. Okay. Enough of all that. That's the announcements that we usually do on Sunday. Let's take a breath together. Let's join in community. And let's just exhale, letting go of all the craziness, all the busyness that's been going on in our lives, and come to center right here. And here's a quote to bring you right to center. This is from Dr. Ernest Holmes. He writes, "Let us feel that our purposes are animated and inspired from on high. And then let us go forth and make our dream come true in the human experience." So these are beautiful, inspiring words. And the name of the talk this evening is Building the Bridge. Okay, so we're going to be really jumping into what that really means. Let us feel that our hopes, our dreams, and our aspirations have been planted within us by the divine. That they are there for a reason. I truly believe this. All of our dreams are there for a reason. And let us know that the divine can express itself in the world through each and every one of us. An affirmation for this would be, I am here so that God can express through me. I am here so that the divine can express through me. Love it. Let us know this to be true. And then let us get about our activities knowing always we are divinely guided. In our every thought, our every action, we are divinely guided. We're in the middle right now of great change, as we know. Change that needs to happen. But let us also remember that no matter what our human experience is, that there is a divine guidance system that is more powerful than all human experiences. Now, we're having a human experience, so yes, we honor all of these different experiences we're going through, but let us learn something from it. Let us really learn and take inspired action, but always remember that there is a power for good, and that power is always with us. Let us not forget that, because sometimes we get stuck in the problems. Let's rise up like the lotus and let us know that we are always divinely guided. And we must be about allowing our divine self to guide us. We must be about making our dreams come true in the human experience. And you're the only one who can know specifically what that means to you. The divine is calling each and every one of us. As we go within, as we're going to learn this evening, and we connect with that indwelling divinity, we are guided into experiencing life in ways that we could not have imagined. What you decide to do with your call is completely up to you. You can smother it and not admit to yourself that it even exists. You can daydream about it. You can say that you want it all day long, but when it comes close and you're hanging on for dear life, afraid to move, it can't come into your life. Or you can do this. And this is what is required to bridge the gap between the incubation of the idea and the manifestation of it. This is what it is, that you must take inspired action. Just take that leap of faith. And today we're going to look at what that idea of actually building the bridge or bridging the gap really means. Because often we take that leap of faith, we don't even see the bridge. We don't even see the bridge. So today we are going to explore some of the tools to help us build that bridge as we walk across it. Actually, more accurately, the tools that help us see the bridge that is already there. Because the bridge is a metaphor, really. It's just that space in between two different paradigms, two different changes. And we're in the time right now of tremendous change, as I said before. So there's two tools I want to give you this evening. The first one is cultivate the open moment. What is an open moment? The open moment is that moment when we deliberately choose to open just the tiniest corner of our minds to the possibility that things can work out the way we truly would like them to work out. The open moment is the willingness to believe in possibilities, even when we feel hopeless or really discouraged. Possibilities are always right here and available to us, right on the other side of the boundary of our comfort zone. You know, getting out of that comfort zone, what we're familiar with. However, they cannot assert themselves or insert themselves into our experiences. We must invite them in. This is where the open moment comes in. Have you ever lost something and you really looked in all of your secret hiding places and you look and you look and you just can't find it? You look 3 times and 4 times and it's not there. And then you might say a prayer. Good old dear St. Anthony comes in there. And you say that prayer and you just keep looking, and then you just take a breath and you look, and there it is. It wasn't there, the same exact place that you looked 3 times before. This is what it's like. The same thing is the infinite possibilities. Sometimes we don't know. In fact, most of the time we don't know how something's going to unfold in our lives. But we say infinite possibilities all the time in our spiritual teachings and New Thought. Do we believe it? Infinite possibilities. If we are ever to become the person who is capable of living our dreams, we must nurture in ourselves the open moment. So when we're making way for limitless possibilities come into our lives, our dreams to unfold. The willingness, we must have this, the willingness to shift the way we look at things. So, are you feeling stuck, helpless, powerless, thinking that your dream can't possibly happen for you? What if you could just be willing to believe that it is possible? It is so possible. Or have the willingness to believe that impossible things can actually happen. And I love this dialogue from the Alice in Wonderland. "There's no use in trying," said Alice. "One can't believe in impossible things." "I dare say you haven't had much practice," said the Queen. "Why, when I was your age, I always did it for a half hour each day. And sometimes I would believe as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast." I love that. That word, impossible, some of us have heard this. If you take it apart, it means I'm possible. I'm possible. You're possible. We all are. So that word, impossible, means things are absolutely possible for each and every one of us. Listening to and following our intuition. Now we can jump into the second part of this. The second tool is the intuition. We've talked in the past about our 6 mental faculties: imagination, perception, memory, will, reason, and intuition. And that one is so extremely important in building the bridge. And that one is our intuition. I've listened to my intuition in times where it looked like this is never going to happen. The logical mind says it can't happen. But when we step out of that logical mind that sometimes really gets in our way, and we listen to that intuitive voice within us, all things are possible. But we must have the faith, we must trust in that intuition. To have the courage to take one step. Our intuition is our inner guidance, and it won't steer us wrong, even if it is in the face of illogic. We listen to that intuitive mind. We call intuition our inner voice, but we also have a lot of other voices going on at the same time. How do I know, you might ask? Which one is my intuitive voice? We might hear the critical voice, the self-judging one, the one that's full of self-doubt. They all creep in now and then. How about this? How about calling our intuition the voice that loves me? That's our intuitive voice. It cannot steer any of us wrong. It's the voice that loves me, because that conjures up an entirely different image than the other voices. Our intuition is the voice that loves us. Inside each and every one of us is a voice that loves us. It's always present, and if we pay attention, we can hear it. It's always giving us direction, and it's the correct direction. And it is absolutely the perfect signaling device for our aliveness, our health. Most of the time I make decisions about my health based on my intuition. I intuit which vitamin I want to take, which food I want to eat. My intuition will guide me, and I listen to that. And it guides us in every area of our lives. But we've been trained to ignore that voice. And I'm saying if we want to really bridge that gap and build that bridge, we must listen to our intuition. What we know is this, that the more attention that we give to that voice, the louder it gets. The more frequently and louder that we can hear it. And it becomes better and easier for us to live our lives from this place within us. It's our inner guidance system that loves us. Begin to trust your intuition. I cannot stress that enough. It will light your way, and soon you will be on your way. You will be living whatever it is in your self, the dreams that you hold, the pull that call that is pulling you to express in a deeper, bigger, more beautiful manner. It can all take place. So, my friends, let us take that open moment by opening the tiniest crack in the wall that stands between I can't have this dream and all the reasons why we can't, and then the realization that, wait a minute, I am possible. All things are possible in my life. The actual experience of a better life already exists right in front of each and every one of us. All we have to do is open the tiniest corner of our minds to the possibility and the experience of your life that then will never be the same. Once we begin listening to our intuition, the voice that loves us, our lives will never be the same. And so use the open moment. I'm going to wind it up. Using the open moment and our intuition, the voice that loves us, as navigational tools to bridge the grand adventure in purpose. And hear these words. This is written in the book, The Alchemist. My heart is afraid it will have to suffer, the boy told the alchemist one night as they looked up at the moonless sky. Tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself, and that no heart has ever suffered when it goes in search of its dreams, because every second of the search is a second's encounter with God and with eternity. So for us to take that in, that open moment, all is possible, intuitive voice, which is pulling us into the grander scheme of life. Let us remember that. Let us remember that we can take the big leap of wherever we are, whatever is going on. We got to remember the spiritual truths that we teach, that we live by. And we should be living by them. And allow the intuitive voice to guide each and every one of us. I'm telling you, it will never fail you. Blessings of love to each and every one of you. Stay tuned right now for the prayer. I'm just going to move my stand.